Kevin Costner is invested in this project, metaphorically and literally. He not only directed this film, but he also wrote it, and personally financed it by mortgaging one of his properties. He's planning on making 4 of these things, so let's see how this first one came out. Horizon Chapter 1 has many characters, but the main character is the West itself. There isn't a single narrative we follow in this film. We follow multiple non-canon stories showing every angle of the American West during the mid-1800s. The West of the United States is often romanticized as this last bastion of freedom for the people of America. Pack up your wagons and head out there for less government scrutiny and an abundance of opportunity. While this film does participate in a fair bit of that romanticizing, it also shows the anarchist brutality that came with living in that time and place. The majesty and carnage are captured perfectly by the cinematographer J. Michael Murrow. This movie would have been a mess if it looked like any other Western, but it doesn't. The landscape is brought to the screen in a way that makes you feel as if you're on a horse with these people. Plus, the score may be subtle, but the tone of the West comes through every chord. I would have liked a little bit more percussion to spice it up, but solid overall.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
The acting from everyone is period accurate, with characters speaking a little bit more properly than is found in today's dialogue. There's a scene where Kevin Costner's character is discussing a fuck session with the lady of the night, but that conversation somehow sounded like Shakespeare.
I ain't gonna never stop loving you, bitch.
The acting really is solid. It's not easy to deliver these lines, and the costume design was really good as well. I don't usually notice that detail, but that's a testament to how good it was. But to be completely honest, I found this movie to be of average quality due to the narrative. As I mentioned, there are multiple plots happening at once, so it was hard for me to get invested. You'll be plugging along, and right when you get interested, we'll switch to a different character. Also, most of the plot is painfully predictable. There were a couple of characters that honestly didn't need to be here, because I knew their entire story before even seeing it. That may improve as the saga goes on, but I can only judge this first movie for now. My final complaint is related to the tropes this film follows so closely. There is almost no narrative or theme in this movie that hasn't already been done in a Western. Some positive, some negative, along with some that I felt were a bit distasteful.
You're tacky and I hate you.
Okay, you see me after class.
I wanted an epic, and I didn't quite get that. There's so much beauty in the frames of Horizon Part 1 that it only makes the paint-by-numbers narrative look even worse. Painfully average sums up the first entry in the American saga, and painfully average is only harder to manage at a 3-hour runtime, which is why I can't recommend this one in theaters. At least not yet. The second chapter is being released next month, so if that movie is a bit more solid, this could be a fun double feature for a Saturday afternoon. That remains to be seen though. For now, I can only recommend watching it at home. That's it for me. And as always, thank you for your time.